Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're here to unpack some really fascinating topics and, well, pull out the best bits for you. You ever listen to a piece of music and just wonder, how does it do that? How does it hit you right there? It feels so complex sometimes.
Oh, absolutely. It seems like magic from the outside.
Right. But like anything complex, you can break it down. There are these building blocks. And today that's what we're doing with saxophone mastery.
Yeah, and for this journey, our source is pretty unique. It's called Saxophone Mastery, Harmony, Melody, and Rhythm Illustrated. And the really cool part, it uses this Ascii tree structure.
Like a diagram almost.
Exactly. A visual map of how everything connects harmony, leads to chords, which leads to progressions. It's all laid out.
Yeah.
So our goal for you, pull out the key insights from this very structured way of thinking, give you a shortcut to really understanding what goes into mastering music.
And it's important to say, even though it says saxophone mastery, these ideas, they're totally universal.
Ah, good point. Yeah, it's really about the language of music itself. Harmony, melody, rhythm. Understanding these three pillars, that's the key. Doesn't matter what you play or even if you just listen. It unlocks so much.
Couldn't agree more. So that's our mission for you today. Let's navigate this map of musical mastery from the source, find those aha moments, those surprising little facts about how music actually works. Okay, so let's imagine climbing this Ascii tree. First big branch we hit. Harmony. You called it the blueprint.
Yeah, exactly. It's the foundation. Harmony is, well, it's the vertical stuff, right?
Yeah.
The notes stacked up together that give the music its feeling, its emotional color.
Okay.
And the source breaks it down really clearly. Starts with scales, your raw materials. You've got major and minor, obviously the basics.
Like bread and butter.
Right. But then you get modes. Think of modes as different flavors, like different moods you can get from the same basic scale notes.
Interesting. So like changing one note gives a whole different vibe.
Precisely. Like the Lydian mode sounds kind of dreamy. More hopeful maybe than just plain major, just from one tiny shift. Then you've got pentatonic scales, think folk music, simpler sounds, and the blues scale, which, well, sounds like the blues. Very distinctive.
You've got it. So those are the ingredients.
Then you take those ingredients and build things, chords and arpeggios. The absolute basic is the triad. 3 notes.
The foundation block.
Yep. Then you add more flavor. With 7 the chords, makes it richer, more complex. And then you can add extensions on top of that.
Extensions. Like extra spice.
Kind of. Extra notes beyond the 7 that add even more color, sometimes tension. You hear it a lot in jazz because of that sophisticated sound.
Okay, I think I'm following. Scales build chords.
And chords don't just sit still. They move. That's chord progressions, how chords follow each other over time.
Right.
And the source points out some really key ones, like the IIVI, 2-5-1. It's everywhere.
You hear that one all the time, even if you don't know the name.
Exactly. It's like musical gravity. The 2 chord sets up a little tension, the 5 pulls you hard towards the 1, and then the 1 chord is, resolution. Feels like coming home.
Nice analogy.
Then there's the 12-bar blues. I mean, that's practically a universal language in itself, right? Blues, rock.
Oh, yeah. Foundational.
And rhythm changes, another big one in jazz. Often faster, lots of chords moving quickly. Real workout sometimes.
Wow. So just understanding that harmonic structure,
Yeah.
it really changes how you listen, doesn't it? Suddenly you can sort of hear the architecture underneath.
You really can. You hear the tension, the release, the journey. It applies to pretty much any music.
Okay, so we've got the blueprint, the harmony. But a building needs more than just walls, right? It needs life, a story. Which brings us to melody.
Melody, exactly. If harmony is vertical, melody is horizontal. It's the line, the tune you sing or hum.
The main voice.
That's it. And the source talks about melody through, well, mainly 2 things. First is phrasing.
Phrasing, like in language.
Very much like language, how you shape the musical idea. It includes articulation, are the notes sharp, smooth, connected, detached. That's like pronunciation for notes.
Okay.
Then dynamics, loud, soft, crescendos, diminuendos, that's the emotional volume control. And melodic contour, the actual shape of the line, does it go up, down, stay flat? That creates tension and release too.
Like asking a question musically or making a statement.
You got it. Then the second big part of melody in the source is improvisation.
Making it up on the spot.
Sort of. It's spontaneous, creative, but it often uses tools like licks and patterns, little pre-learned phrases musicians keep in their back pocket.
Building blocks for solos.
Exactly, like common phrases in speech. Then there's motivic development, taking one small idea, a motive, and playing with it, turning it upside down, stretching it out, repeating it in different ways, gives the solo story.
Keeps it connected.
Right, and call and response. a musical conversation. One phrase plays, another answers.
That's everywhere too, isn't it? Blues, jazz, gospel. Why is that so common, do you think? Did the source touch on that?
It did. Briefly, it taps into something really fundamental about communication. Dialogue, community.
Down the back and forth.
Yeah, it feels natural, like a conversation we understand instinctively, even musically.
Yeah.
It invites you in.
That makes a lot of sense. And it's all those things, the phrasing, the dynamics, the improvisation ideas that make a melody really grab you, not just be a string of notes.
Absolutely. It gives it personality, life.
Okay, so harmony gives structure, melody gives voice. But what makes it move? What gives it that pulse, that energy that makes you want to dance or tap your foot? It's got to be rhythm.
Rhythm is definitely the engine. It's the timing, the feel, the heartbeat of the music. And the source maps this out too. Starts with time signatures.
Like 44th or
Exactly. They set the basic pulse, the meter. 44 is super common, pop, rock, lots of classical. 4 beats to the bar. 3/4 gives you that waltz feel, 1 2 3 1 2 3.
Right.
And the source mentions others like 5/4. That gives it a slightly off-kilter feel, right?
Mm.
A bit more unusual, sometimes intriguing. 5 beats instead of 4.
Makes you listen a bit harder sometimes.
Then you have subdivisions.
Yeah.
How you slice up those main beats. Quarter notes are 1 beat. Eighth notes split it in 2. 16th split it in 4. Getting faster and faster.
That's texture.
Definitely. And triplets. That's when you divide a beat into 3 equal parts instead of 2 or 4. Gives it a different kind of flow.
Okay, makes sense.
Then there's syncopation. This is fun. It's the rhythmic surprise.
Putting the accent in unexpected places.
Exactly. Accenting the offbeats, the spaces between the main beats. It creates tension, excitement. Makes it funky, you know?
Yeah, that's where the groove often comes from.
Which leads right into the last bit.
Yeah.
Feel or groove. The overall rhythmic character. The one distinction the source makes is between swing.
Jazz territory.
Right, that kind of lilting feel where the first eighth note is longer than the second. Da-da. Versus straight feel, where the eighth notes are even.
Yeah.
Da-da-da-da. Common in rock, pop, classical.
And that small difference completely changes the character of the music.
Totally. It's fundamental to the genre, the energy. So what makes you tap your foot that way instead of this way? It defines whether it feels like a driving rock song or a laid-back blues shuffle.
Wow. It's amazing how these three things, harmony, melody, rhythm, how they have to work together.
That's the key takeaway, really.
Yeah.
Mastery isn't just knowing about scales or phrasing or time signatures in isolation. It's about how they interplay.
The synergy.
Exactly. Harmony gives the emotional landscape, melody tells the story on top, and rhythm provides the pulse, the time, the energy that carries it all. They weave together. That's what makes music compelling.
So that whole journey from the harmonic roots up through the melodic branches and fueled by the rhythmic energy, it all comes together. Following that structured approach really clarifies how it all fits. So we've walked through this incredible map of musical elements, harmony, melody, rhythm, using that saxophone mastery guide as our compass. It really does show how these universal ideas build on each other.
It really does. And it makes you think, doesn't it? If these core elements are so crucial for mastering music, it poses an interesting question for you listening right now. Well, think about your own communication. Harmony, melody, rhythm. Could understanding these musical ideas offer surprising insights into, say, the tune or the emotional contour of your own voice, or the rhythm and pacing of how you interact in conversations every day?
Huh. That's a fascinating thought, the music of everyday talk.
Yeah.
Definitely something to mull over. Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive into the structure and, the soul of music.